Welcome to the League of Women Voters of Arizona's discussion of the propositions appearing on the Arizona 2024 election ballot. We'll be sharing information on ballot propositions. The League of Women Voters of Arizona is a nonpartisan grassroots civic organization that encourages informed and active participation in government, works to increase understanding of major public policy issues, and influences public policy through education and advocacy. With over 100 years of experience, the League is one of America's oldest and most trusted civic nonprofit organizations. Thank you for viewing today. An informed voter is a powerful voter. Know before you go vote. Look at the November ballot and the tools we have to complete our ballots. You'll find more information on vote411.org, a League program, and the voter guide brought to us by the Clean Elections Commission. And remember to start at the bottom of your ballot and complete the whole ballot. On your ballot, you'll have all the candidates for federal offices: President, Vice President, Senate, and Congress, statewide offices, and our state legislature, which includes 30 senators and 60 representatives that are elected every 2 years, county offices, local city councils, and school boards. We will also be deciding if we'll retain or remove judges. And finally, the propositions. You'll find the statewide measures, including initiatives brought forward by the legislature or citizens to amend or make new laws. Referendums, which are citizen-led, to stop a law from being enacted, and local bonds and overrides. The proposition that impacts the emergency power of the governor is Proposition 135, the proposed amendment to the Constitution by the legislature relating to the governor, the Emergency Declarations Amendment. A yes vote on Proposition 135 will amend the Arizona Constitution to let the legislature call a special session 30 days after the emergency is declared to end or extend the governor's emergency powers. Exempt emergencies are related to war, fire, or flood. Non-exempt examples would include a public health crisis and pandemics. Allow 1/3 of each legislative chamber to call a special session to change or end the governor's emergency powers during the emergency. A no vote on Proposition 135 will keep the governor's current emergency powers unchanged. Retain the requirement that 2/3 of the legislature have to vote for a special session to extend or end an emergency declaration. Those in support for Proposition 135 argue that it allows for emergency declarations but automatically terminates them after 30 days unless extended by a legislative majority vote. The legislature can swiftly call a special session with just 1/3 of its members to modify or terminate emergency declarations. Requires legislative approval to extend emergency powers, preventing the concentration of power in a single individual. The legislature can adjust or limit emergency powers if abused or if circumstances change. Those against Proposition 135 argue that this proposition risks hindering the governor's ability to respond swiftly to public health emergencies by requiring legislative approval every 30 days. Delays in legislative approval could worsen crises, preventing timely and effective responses. Introduces unnecessary bureaucratic hurdles, potentially jeopardizing public safety during emergencies. Takes power away from the governor, who is elected by the majority of Arizona voters. Skews the balance between the executive and legislative branches. And just a reminder of these important election dates to mark on your calendar. October 7th is the voter registration deadline. Between October 9th and November 1st, we'll begin our in-person early voting. October 25th is the last day to request an early mail-in ballot. October 29th is the last day to mail in your early ballot. November 5th is Election Day. In-person ballot or drop-off mail ballot by 7 p.m. And our polls will open at 6 a.m. If you are a registered voter, your rights are protected under federal law. Every registered voter is eligible to vote. Your right to a ballot is protected under the Voting Rights Act. The Help America Vote Act ensures that all individuals who visit a voting location will be allowed to vote. If you do not have the proper identification and a poll worker says you are ineligible, you must be allowed to vote with a provisional ballot. Remember, there are 13 ballot propositions, so please go to vote411.org to read the analysis of each one. Your vote is your voice. And if you are at vote411.org, thank you for becoming an informed voter. For additional questions, feel free to email us at lwvazadvocacy@gmail.com.